Ladies and gentlemen, business CEOs, their colleagues, government officials, and CEO Club. My name is Dr. Kabir Sidhu. I'm ever so grateful to CEO Club for providing this opportunity to speak about the future of Pakistan in the next 5 years. I think what Asadi Balsab said about 5 years, maybe 5 years not enough. We need 15 years to actually continue the policies, to bring prosperity in the country, to make sure that the economy moves forward. The Minister IT is actually left, I thought one of the most important things that we faced with at the moment is, like Asadi Balsab said, misinformation and disinformation. We have plenty of prophets of doom, gloom and disaster in this country. So I was going to request the Minister IT, maybe we should formulate an e-regulatory body to create the right environment for the investment. The investment will not come like this while the government, the political hooliganism is carrying on at the moment. That was just my side comment. At the moment, the buzzword for Pakistan is SIFC, privatization, tax reform, tax collection, corporate farming in agriculture. I hope SIFC is going to improve our decision making. And I leave this question to all of you, whether the implementation apparatus at the moment is going to be able to carry out their decision making to improve the economy. At the same time, privatization, we talk about the IEA. One privatization is not going to do really much. I think we need to have a roadmap. We need to have a blueprint for all the privatization. We have almost 206 state-owned entities, and they make a loss of about $10 billion in Pakistan. That's complete mismanagement. They also distort the competition. As Asadi Balsab was saying, competition is one of the key aspects. I think going forward, we need to bring competition in our economy. Coming from Competition Commission, I have a lot of things to say about soaring debt, inflation, employment, population, education, but I think I will confine myself to talking about what CCP can contribute in the next 5 years. At Competition Commission, we catch cartels, we facilitate mergers, we curb deceptive marketing practices. We are the organization that do exactly the same job the CEO Club does. We celebrate the businesses, we celebrate the businessmen. We look after the market. We are super regulated. We, unlike other regulators like OGRA, NEPRA, EMRA, SECP, we are a whole of the market regulators. Our job is to create competition in the market. Competition is when undertakings compete to provide better services, better products to the consumer. The export is not going to be possible without competition in the market. Competition is directly related to economic development. Competition is directly related to poverty in this country. Competition is directly related to high prices that all of you pay and you don't realize. Since 1970, the industry policy was nationalization. So we took over a lot of our industries from businesses. We didn't celebrate them. They left the country and they went to other countries. So we don't have a lot of businesses since then. Then come 92 when we have Privatization Act. The privatization is now selling the same entities that I just talked about, 206 entities that makes losses of about $10 billion every year. We're trying to sell them back and they're causing a loss of $10 billion to our country. So from nationalization to privatization, our economy is dominated by a handful of entities. They join hands with each other, they set prices, and all of you pay for it. That's the biggest scam. But none of you realize that. We're an organization of 150 people, and we're regulating this entire economy, or at least we are attempting to regulate the economy. We try to catch cartels. We have investigated cartels in sugar, in poultry, in cement, in glass, almost every sector. There are a handful of players who join hands, they don't innovate, they provide better services. In fact, they set prices, they join hands. So you must be wondering, how is that connected with the economy? The way it's connected with the economy, when the sector is locked, there's no competition in it, no foreign direct investment is going to come in. We can beg Saudis, come and invest about $5 billion a year, one off, second time, third time, fourth time. It won't happen again. It won't keep on happening. We need to create competition in the economy. And without competition, there is no export. Without competition, we're not going to have cutting-edge products for the export. We're not going to be able to compete with the rest of the world. So, Competition Commission is the organization that is going to do what everyone is talking about in Pakistan. That's the importance of Competition Commission. We not only catch the cartels, we also talk about the legal regulatory framework. Our legal regulatory framework has become ancient and archaic. So the business is not going to prosper. For example, if I was to give you an example of aviation sector, insurance sector, sugar sector. Aviation sector, there's only one company. Insurance, there's only a handful of companies with the government presence distorting the price formation mechanism, which means that other companies are not going to come and participate and compete, which means no better service is going to be present in this country. For example, if I was to give you an example of UK, there's a $1 trillion industry that's developed in insurance companies. There are hundreds of thousands of people whose employment is being offered. But on the other hand, we only have a handful of companies because there's one company called National Insurance Corporation Limited that is clogging the entire market. PIA is another example. Sugar industry is another example. There are a handful of people who are actually making huge amount of money, and that means the other people are not able to get in and compete. So these are the few sectors that we're carrying out research. We're trying to analyze the legal regulatory framework. Without a modern legal regulatory framework, it's very unlikely that the market is going to, that particular sector is going to prosper, and it's going to contribute to employment, it's going to contribute to national exchequer. That's not going to happen. We have about 550 cases that stuck in the court. All these sectors I just talked to you about, they're making a huge amount of money. You can imagine a son of a sugar baron in about 10 years' time is going to, there's not going to be any comparison between him and an ordinary Pakistani and a young Pakistani student. The imbalance in wealth is going to be huge. So at the moment we offer subsidy to various sectors. That means the whole price formation mechanism is distorted. That means there is no competition in the industry. So when people talk about bringing the FDI from other countries, I think we need to address the competition. Competition Commission needs to be empowered. We're only a handful of, we're about 150 people in this organization. And at the moment, every inquiry or investigation that we start, most of these organizations are so wealthy, they actually obtain stay orders. That's the story of competition. The other day, or a few weeks back, when Chinese minister was visiting here, so I asked her, I said, she was the head of the regulatory body in China, so I asked her, so how do you develop your market? And she said to me, we incubated the market. We looked after the market. So the market's not going to develop by bringing FDI or relying upon the remittances. The market is going to develop by bringing competition, removing subsidies, encouraging every entrepreneur to join hands. That's my contribution to tonight. Once again, I'm very grateful to Ijaz Nisar Saab and Zahid Saab for inviting me here to speak about the future of Pakistan, reshaping the future of Pakistan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.